We can. There are a couple of agents that are used, somewhat not impressively, and maybe somewhat on the margins impressively. But most of the evidence around reducing inflammation probably comes from doing things much more broadly around nutrition, sleep, and exercise that we've talked about elsewhere. So in a nutshell, that's really what it comes down to. And it's for that reason that I'm often making a very bold statement, which is even though cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death in men, in women, in the United States, but also in the world, it doesn't need to be. It really, really doesn't need to be. And it is a very bizarre tragedy that, 19 million people a year still die from cardiovascular disease, given how much we know about what causes it and how many tools we have to prevent it.
So that's the first, you kind of mentioned the first, second horseman there. How do you think about prevention for the others, which is neurodegenerative diseases and cancers?
Yeah, so let's take them in order. So cancer would be the next most deadly of the horsemen. And here is one where a lot of what I said with respect to heart disease is actually quite different. In heart disease, we really have a pretty clear sense of what the genetics look like. So there are a handful of genetic things like familial hypercholesterolemia, which is a very, very heterogeneous condition that raises apolipoprotein B, LP little a, which we'll save for another time. We've got lots of content on that.